All right, gang, class today, we're gonna focus on a lot of hamstrings, hip flexors. So we're gonna get right into it. Since we're gonna focus on the hamstrings for this first section, we're gonna do a little bit of a lower body cars warm up, ankles, knees, and then up into the hips before we start our first part. So let's start on the right leg first. I want you to put your right arm underneath your right knee. Grab your left forearm, and then the left hand will grab the right shin. Okay, you can bring that ankle off the ground, and we're just all of this web here, if you will, it's just interlocking arms, is just to kind of lock out everything, and we're just going to focus on moving this ankle joint. So let's begin with big circles. I want you to point your toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to go to the outside first, so point those toes out, down, in, and up. Keep on going. Same direction. When you move through these cars, these controlled articular rotations, everything should be slow and controlled. Think about moving 1 mile an hour. Let's go one more in this direction. When you get to the top, I want you to freeze and then reverse it and go the other direction. So we'll go inside first, down, out, and around. Let's get 2 more. We're doing 3-ish each way. Again, make sure you're not moving your knee, not moving your hip. Focus on that ankle. 3 reps each way. Once you finish those, you can put the heel down for a moment. So now what I want, you can keep that right arm underneath the knee, but instead of interlocking, I just want you to turn the right hand over so the palm's facing up, and then you're gonna put your left hand on top of it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna focus on, this is tough, specifically, definitely for me. I want you to think about trying to move this shin bone, so it's not just ankles, but we're gonna focus with our knee and think about drawing an oval, okay? So the oval will be the shape. So what I want you guys to do, we're in position, try to point your knee and your foot out to the outside, okay? Externally rotated knee and ankle, and bring your leg up, okay? You don't have to lock it out, but bring it up about 3/4. Now try to point the knee and the foot in, internal rotation, then bring them down, okay? Draw the bottom of your oval, so we're gonna turn things out again, bring them up, rotate things in and down. Now let's keep everything in. Let's just reverse direction. So let's bring it back up. Externally rotate. Try to get that shin to move, not just the ankle. Bring it down. Draw the bottom of your oval. So we're internally rotate at that knee and ankle. Bring them up, out, and down. Good? All right, we're going to do the same 2 moves on the other side, and then we'll get the hips after. So ankle on the left. So left arm underneath, grabs the right forearm. Right hand grabs left shin. Let's do our 3 rotations each direction. Start by pointing the toes up. We'll go to the outside, down, and again, you can go at your own speed. Think 1 mile an hour. Oftentimes, especially if you've had any breaks or sprains in the ankles, there may be a section where you kind of speed through or it kind of gets a little clunky. Try not to speed through that. Try to take your time and maintain that speed the entire way. After you hit your 3 reps, we may be off a little bit, which is fine. Just make sure you freeze at the top and reverse and go 3 the other way. Sometimes the toes kind of do their own thing, which is fine as well. They're working too. Once you get 3 each direction, 1 more to go myself. Can put that heel down. We'll get our different position for the knee. So again, palm is up, that left palm is up. Right hand grabs on the top, and we're gonna do 2 ovals each way. So we'll start externally rotated. Try to get that knee, that shin to rotate and point out. Ankle certainly will. Let's bring them up. Again, you're not trying to lock it out, say 3/4 of the way up. Turn things in as best you can. Bring it down. Draw the bottom of your oval. Externally rotate. Extend the knee. Internally rotate. Flex the knee. And stay internal. We'll reverse direction, so extend, externally rotate, flex. 1 more time, turn things in, extend, externally rotate, and flex. Good. All right, let's go hands and knees. We're gonna do a hip car on each side. So we're gonna do the right side first. For this one, what I want, gang, when we're on our hands and knees, we're gonna put a block. Take one of your blocks. Sorry, I should have reviewed the equipment we'll need for today. So it's best to have a block. These are great for external cues. We're gonna need a slider or something to slide on. If you're on a wood floor or a tile floor, a towel works fine as well. And then either a PVC pipe works great, or if you're in your living room, the side of a couch, just something stable to hold on to, and you'll see why in a little bit. So for these, the hip cars, so the block is gonna go, let's steal one. Block goes on your back. So basically we're gonna do our hip rotations, okay? The purpose of the block is just, again, some feedback. So make sure we're isolating and moving from the hip. If the block drops off your side, that means we're getting a lot of movement from our back. We want to eliminate that. So that's the purpose of this. All right, so let's get started. So first, we're just going to do one each direction because we've got a lot of hips and hip flexors and hammies coming up. So everyone bring your right knee up towards your chest. Now stay there and try to push your foot out first. So just move the foot out. So we're getting a little internal rotation. Now start to bring the knee out to the side like a dirty dog pattern. And then continue to bring it up, back, and around like a big circle. Once you reach their end range, you can bring that knee underneath your body, bring it through. Bring it up towards the chest again, and then we're just gonna reverse direction. So I want you to think about hip extension. So drive your heel up to the ceiling, but stay there. So you're getting hip extension, squeeze that right glute, extend your your heel up. Okay, now from this position, we're all in that same position. I want you to simply think about pointing your knee out to the side. So let your foot fall behind you. Then, as you draw your circle, you're bringing your knee up, up, up. Try to get it into your armpit. Try to touch your elbow as you swing it back through and finish underneath you. Good, let's do one more of those, the exact same thing. So we're gonna do one direction, other direction. So left knee comes up towards the left, right knee. Right knee comes up. Try to point the foot out first to get a little internal rotation. Perfect, guys. Then bring that knee out. Start to draw your circle. Send it back behind you. Good. Once you reach the end range, go ahead and let it fall underneath. We're all there. Reverse direction, hip extension. Drive that heel up towards the ceiling. Freeze there for a moment. Good. Let the knee fall, point out, let the foot fall behind you. As you draw that circle, try to touch your elbow, try to get it into your armpit. Bring it back to the starting position, and then you can rest there for a moment. Good. We'll do two on the left side now. All right, left knee, go ahead and bring it on up. Internal rotation, so you try to send the foot away first, then send the knee out to the side. Big circle, up, max that circle out. Don't drop those blocks. Let the knee pass underneath you. We're all in the same spot. Go ahead and reverse direction, so hip extension. Squeeze that left glute. Drive your heel up towards the ceiling. Point the knee out, let the foot fall behind you. Big circle, keep it up, 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 up. Try to touch that elbow as you pass through to complete your circle. You can rest here for a moment. We're gonna do one more rep. All right, here we go. Left knee, drive it up towards the chest. Foot, send it away first, then the knee follows. Big circle up, back, and around. Once it gets to the midline, you can let that knee pass underneath you. We are all there. Reverse direction, hip extension. Hip up, heel up. Let the foot fall behind you, let the knee come out. Big circle. Try to touch your elbow as it passes through. Once you get back to the center spot, you can put the knees down, you can put the blocks down. Take a moment. All right, so there's our kind of lower body. We did ankles, knees, and hips. Now we're gonna move on to some hamstring focused stuff. So we have three parts to this section. This little pails rails section first. I'm gonna demo real quickly what the setup's gonna look like, and then we'll all get in. We're gonna do the right side first. So we're gonna be on in a half kneeling position for all of these. So the right knee will be down, and I want the block behind you underneath your foot. Now there's three heights to a block: low, medium, and high. So you find one that works for you. I think I like medium, but basically we're gonna be in this position here, okay? And then I'll talk us through it once we get going. The PVC pipe is just for balance. Bring that other foot out in front of you. All right, so we're gonna do three rounds of this. The two movements that we're doing in this first section, the pails contraction, where I want you to think about driving your foot into the block. You're gonna squeeze your quad, drive your foot down. We're gonna do that for about a 5 count. Then you're gonna reverse the contraction. Think about all the tissue in the backside, hamstrings, calves, glutes. We're gonna try to drive your heel towards your glute. okay? So we'll do 3 rounds of that to start, and then we'll move on. Everybody ready? So breath of air in, kind of pack that air down to create some irradiation, and start to drive your foot into the block. Not at 100%. Think of a dial, 10% to start. Then ramp it up to 20%. So it's a slow, gradual, isometric contraction. 30%, 40%, 50%. So hold that contraction. There should be like a little dent in the block. Hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1. Without changing your upper body, try to reverse it. Now try to get your heel towards your butt, as close as you can. The foot may come off the block, it might not. That's fine either way. Cramping is common. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. If you cramp, that's fine. You can get out of the position. Lower the foot back down. Leslie's out.
Oh, ouch. So fast.
So we'll reset. We've got 2 more of those. And Leslie, just join back in when you're ready. All right, next one, guys. Ready? And start to drive down into the block. 10%, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Try to get that heel towards the glute. Try to get that foot off the block. Again, it doesn't have to lift. That's fine. Just getting that backside tissue to work. Control it. Own it for 2, 1. Slowly lower down. We've got 1 more round. So if I were to walk around and this pails, I shouldn't be able to take the block away from them. All right, ready? Start ramping this up. Last one. Push down into your block at 10%. Good. 20, 30, 40, and 50% drive. Good. Hold that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Heel up, foot off the block. Get that heel to the glute. Don't let me push it down. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. All right, so that's the first one. If you want to take that right foot out in front of you just to kind of stretch that hamstring for a moment, that's fine. We're going to do all 3 moves in this section on the right side, and then we'll repeat on the left. So that's part 1. Part 2 is going to be a passive range hold. So we're still going to be in the same setup with the right knee down. Then we're going to reach back with either hand, whatever makes sense and is whatever easiest for you. You're going to physically pull your range, so your heel towards your butt as close as you can, so we're getting a passive range hold. What we're going to do here, we're going to do 3 5 seconds, just like we did before. We're going to let go of that foot, and my goal is to keep my heel as close to my butt as I can. Getting tongue-tied. So again, pull it up, let go, but fight, 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 fight. We'll do 3 5 second holds on that. All right, so let's get set up. And you can, again, reach back and grab with whichever hand is comfortable. If you have a hard time grabbing the foot, you don't have to by any means, but I still want you to, I couldn't reach back and grab it. We basically just do those lift-offs we did before. So if I have a hard time getting back there with mobility issues, the 5 seconds is going to be that lift-off that we did in the previous part, okay? All right, so everyone grab your foot if you can, to the best of your ability. And if not, there you go.
I wouldn't think it was attached.
Ready? And let go of the foot. Don't let it fall. Hold that heel as close to the glute as you can. You'll grab the foot again in 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab that foot. Pull it back up to its passive range. You can just do those lift-offs again from there, Leslie. Yep. Ready? Second one. And let go. Hold. Fight it. Heel towards the glute. Contract that tissue for 3, 2, 1. Grab that foot. We've got 1 more round. Pull it back up close to your glute as you can. Ready, and let go. Hold. 5, 4, 3. You can slowly lower it down in 2, 1. Slowly lower it down to the floor or the block. You can bring that right foot forward. The last part in this section is a kinetic stretch. So what you need for this one is a slider. No, I'd like you not to use pipes if possible. If your balance is all over the place, then of course you can. But I want you to try to get all the movement coming from this midsection, hip flexor, and especially the hamstring. So what we're going to do, eccentric stretches, where we're going to slowly fall out. Careful on these, there's a point of no return, so just go as far as you can comfortably. Then to get yourself back, I want you to think about contracting everything in here, this left side hip flexor, to pull yourself back up tall. So we're gonna do 5 of these. You guys can start when you're ready. Go at your own pace, own speed, but as long as that speed is slow. So it's a slow, controlled, eccentric load, then actively pull yourself back up to the top. Again, 5 reps, slow, controlled, fall out. Actively pull yourself back up. So we're lengthening this tissue here under control. Kinetic stretches. We're going out not as far as possible because you need to allow yourself to pull yourself back. Again, we're getting 5 total. This is the 3rd part of this series, so we're going to repeat all of these on the left side as soon as they finish their 5 reps. So we did some isometric loading, those pails to lift-offs, passive range work, and now this eccentric kinetic stretching for the last part. Last one, guys? Good? Awesome. Nice, Leslie. All right, so let's switch up to the other side, guys. We're gonna repeat all this. So that means we need our left knee down, right foot out in the front. We need a block underneath our left foot, okay? And again, whichever height is comfortable for you. You can have your pipe out just for your balance. We've got 3 5-second pails, contraction to lift off coming up. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Cramps ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's begin to drive down 10%. Remember, dial. If there's a scale underneath your foot, instead of a block, it reads 10. And slowly push more to read 20. Push to read 30, 40, and 50. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Try to get that foot light. So if you can't get it off the block, it's fine. If it's a scale under your foot, it reads 0. You're just trying to get that foot up, heel towards the glute. Hold it for 2 more, 1 more, lower back down. Good. We've got 2 more of these to go. And there it is.
There it is. Gotta get it over with.
All right, 2nd rep. Here we go. Set up and start to push down into your block. 10%, 20, 30, 40. Let's hold at 50%. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, lift off. Good. Continue to drive that heel up. Hamstring's gonna be loaded. Don't relax yet. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. 1 more rep to go here. We'll go onto our passive range holds. Here we go, ready? And drive down, last time. Push into the block. 10, 20, crank that dial up to 30, 40, and 50. Hold there, should be a little dent in the block, don't pull it away. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the contraction, lift off and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. You can take a moment, you can stretch that left leg out for a second if you need to, just to get a little stretch in that tissue, and then we're going to go with those passive range holds next. So remember, a couple different options for this one as they stretch out. You can stay in the same setup, reach back with whichever hand's not holding the pipe. You're going to pull that heel as close to the glute as you can. Let go, but try not to fight that drop. If you have a hard time grabbing the foot, which is perfectly common and fine, we'll just do another set of lift-offs, okay? So we've got 3 5-second holds coming up. All right, everybody ready? So reach back if you're gonna grab that foot, pull it on up, heel as close to the glute as you can. Ready, and let go, hold. Active hamstrings here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab that foot, pull it back up. 2nd rep. Ready, and let go, hold. Nice, keep fighting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab it, 1 more rep. 1 more, yep. Ready, and let go and hold. Fight it, don't let me push you down. Perfect, don't let that drop, don't let that drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower that leg down. Relax it out. We've got our 5 kinetic stretches left to finish up round or section 1 here. So remember on these, quick review, heel, Nice and tall. You want to let yourself out slowly, so we're lengthening that tissue out. Gonna engage core, hip flexor on that right side and pull yourself back up. And let them get 5. You guys get 5 reps at your own pace, as far as you can. But remember, you got to allow yourself to get back to that starting position. So don't go too far. Try to keep everything in line. Don't let that foot fly away to the left on you. Try to keep it fairly straight. Nice, guys. Slow and controlled. Chest is tall. Pull it back in. Big eccentric load here as you drive out. Pretty intense stretch. Hamstrings up into the glutes, all the way down into the calves as well. 5 reps. Nice, guys. So we just hammered the backside. Hammered might not be the right word. It's accurate though. And now we're gonna move on. All right, section 2 of this workout, we're continuing with the hip focus. So we're gonna have these guys set up in a quadruped position, so hands and knees. Let's do the right side first. We're gonna get after the adductors and kind of outside abductors of the hips. So similar, we're gonna stick with that pressure play stuff that we've done, some pails, isometric loading into the floor, and then some lift offs. So what I'd like, all you need is body weight here, no toys. Let's go ahead and extend a leg out, the right leg. We'll stick with the right leg for this point. Back should be fairly flat. If you want, you could add a block. I'm gonna do that. We'll do that with Nicole. You guys are fine without. Just to make sure when we're doing our movements that we're moving from the hip, if this block falls off, then we know that she's getting a little bit of movement from her back. So we want that tactile feedback. So we're gonna do 3, sticking with the same theme, 3 5-second drives down. So the inside of their right foot, you don't have to start yet, guys. I want them to start to drive down into the floor. Then without changing any position through the upper body, I want them to reverse that contraction and try to lift off. It may not lift at all. It may go an inch or 2. That's not important. As long as the intent and the tissue on the outside of that leg from the hip all the way down is working. All right, here we go, 3 of them. Same thing, we're gonna gradually increase that tension. So let's begin to drive that right foot, inside of the right foot, down into the floor. 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50. Hold that there. So all the inside, adductors, groin, all the way down to the inside part of the shin is all working. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Reverse it, try to lift that foot off. Make sure this block doesn't fall. Again, it might not lift, but we're getting all the outside tissue now working, all those abductors of the hips, all the way down. 3, 2, 1, and relax. There's 1. We've got 2 more to go. Ready? Second rep. Breath the air in, pack it down, create a little bit of a radiation, a little bit of tension through the body, and then start to drive that foot into the floor. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50%. Hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Try to lift that foot off. It's all about intent here. Again, it might not lift off the ground. That's fine as long as the outside tissue is working. They're trying to get that foot light. There's a scale underneath it. It reads 0, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. We've got 1 more to go, gang. Breath the air. And begin. Start to push the outside of the foot into the floor. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50% for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Try to lift off. Good. Get that foot off the ground and hold. 5, 4, 3. Don't mess this up. 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, you come out of that position for a moment. We're gonna do some kinetic stretches next on this same side. So all you're gonna need is your slide or your towel, depending on what you've got. Instead of being in quadruped, you're gonna be up here. So one thing I wanna point out real quick, sorry to get right in front of you, John, is when you guys do your slides, I want the whole body to move. So we're not bringing the hips back and going down this way. I want the whole body to go out to the side. So see, everything's staying straight. Big time stretch here, eccentric load here. This is that point of no return, so be careful because I want you to be able to pull yourself. Think about zipping yourself up. So I'm going to actively core engage, groin, adductors are zipping you back up to the top. I'm gonna do 5 of these. I'm gonna let them go at their own pace. Steal one. So you guys can begin when you're ready. Again, try to keep the toes straight-ish. If they turn out a little bit, that's fine. I just don't want them pointed the direction you're going. They're straighter, a little bit straighter than pointed out. Big time stretch. Again, I like that zip up cue. You're trying to close the gap. Bring your adductors, bring your groin together. Sit up nice and tall. So they're doing 5 of these total. And then we're going to do the same 2 movements on the other side to finish up our hip work for this section. And then we're going to get after the shoulders. That's 5, guys? 5 guys. All right, we're going to go right into the pails to lift offs on the left side now. So back to that quadruped position. Again, driving down, lifting off, making sure that the back stays straight. We're getting all our movement from our hips. Everyone's set up. Perfect. About 90-degree hip angle here, so you're not sitting back too far forward. All right, ready, guys? Let's start our drive down. So first one of 3, push into that floor. 10, 20, 30, keep ramping up that dial, 40 to 50%, and hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it, try to lift off. Good, stay right there. Good, hold. Keep it up, gang. Fight. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All sorts of noises happening. Second one, coming up. Breath of air. Pack it down and begin. Drive into the floor inside of that left foot. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50%. You should be able to lift this foot up. Pushing in, trying to dent the ground. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. Now reverse, get away from my hand. Perfect, good. Hold that, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We've got 1 more to go. Take a moment. Ready? And begin. Last one, guys. Push down. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Don't let me pull it away. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Try to lift that foot off the ground. Get it light. Scale read 0. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice. You come on up, gang. We're gonna do our 5 kinetic stretches on this side, and we're gonna give all the hips a break while we focus on the shoulders next. So let's get our 5 stretches. Remember, nice and tall through the torso. Toes stay straight-ish, or a little bit of an angle out is fine. Just sliding yourself out, eccentric load on that left tissue, and then actively pull yourself back up. There's that point of no return, so make sure you save a couple of inches there to allow yourself to pull back to the top. Once they finish their 5, give them a couple seconds. For the shoulder section, we're going to go back to hands and knees, and you're going to need some sort of dowel, a broomstick, something to drive into the floor. Is that 5, gang? Okay, so for this next section, we'll go back to the right side. I'll do a real quick, ugly demo, and then we'll have these guys do it the right way. So hands and knees, what we're focusing on, actually, we're gonna do a shoulder car first, so kind of a rotational warm-up like we did at the very beginning. So for these shoulder cars, what I want them to focus on, 2 big things. When they do their rotation pattern, one thing I don't want to happen is this torso to open up, so I'm not turning my chest that way. When I do that, I kind of lose the stretch. Second thing is I'm fighting to keep this hand as close to the midline of my body as I can. So as I start to come up, it starts to fly away from me, but I'm actively driving it towards my body as best I can. So this is the fight back and forth. I'm trying to keep it over my body the whole time till I get to my hip. Then I'm gonna reverse, go back. The same thing, I'm fighting to keep my chest down and fighting to keep that hand over the midline of my body. And then I'll cue them through the internal rotation and external that's happening from the shoulder. After they finish that, then we're gonna go into some pails and lift-offs where we're gonna set up in this position here. Gonna have them crawl their hand up high enough so they get a little bit of a stretch. If they just kind of get heavy through the torso, they're gonna feel that stretch. And then we'll do our same thing we've been doing this whole class, some drives into the floor and some attempted liftoffs. So let's set up, guys, on the right side, hands and knees. We're gonna do that circle pattern. We're gonna do 2 reps. Work with John on these. He's the most flexible shoulders in the gym. So let's begin, guys. Extend your right arm out. Thumb leads the way, okay? Start to make your big circle. So I want bicep to pass by the ear. Once you can't go any further, you're gonna start to internally rotate. Try to turn from the shoulder first, up over the head. I want you to continue to rotate. So at the end of that movement, the back of the hand is against the side. Perfect, y'all got it? Going back the other way, let the thumb lead the way first. So thumb goes up. Once you can't go any further, start to externally rotate the shoulder. Good, up and over, come all the way back down. Perfect, we're gonna do 2 of those. So same thing, when you're ready, breath of air, let's go. Circle up, thumb leads the way. Can't go any further, internal rotation, max it out. Try to turn from the shoulder first, elbow and wrist are along for the ride. Let's reverse it, thumb leads the way. Turn from here, good, chest stays down, turn it back. Ooh, clunky clunkies. All right, so there we that's our quick rotation warm up there. So now go ahead and grab your pipes, guys. Set up, again, I want the chest down, so I'm not walking up so far that I lose this positioning. I want to maintain square shoulders to the floor. So not this, I'm just gonna walk up, again, where if I hold onto the pipe and just kind of get a little bit heavy, I feel a little bit of a stretch through the front side, that kind of right pec and anterior delt on that front of that shoulder. So just like we've been doing the whole class, 3 of them, 5-second drives into the floor, then attempted liftoffs without changing the torso. All right, we're gonna ramp it up like we have every time. So there's a scale underneath your pipes, guys. Start to push down into the floor to make it read 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you don't change your torso at all. Try to lift it off the ground. It might not go. It's more common not to see it lift than to actually see it lift if you're doing this right. If it does lift, it might do this little thing, which is perfect. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1, relax. Good, there's 1. We're gonna do 2 more of those. All right, breath of air in. Pack it down, start to drive your pipe into the floor. 10%, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Push. 5, 4. Don't let me move these pipes. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. Try to lift that pipe off the ground. Get it light. Get it light. Good. Hold it. Get that scale to read 0. 3, 2, 1. Relax down. See if you can creep your hand up a 1/2 inch, even a 1/4 inch higher. It's our last one here. We should have expanded our range a little bit. All right, breath of air in. And start to drive down into the pipe. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50%. Let's hold there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the contraction. Try to lift it off. Get that scale light. Get that pipe light. Try to get it off the ground. Keep driving up for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So you can just put your pipes down, guys. We're going to do 1 more of the shoulder cars that we did beforehand. I want to see just, sometimes it might, hopefully it feel a little bit smoother. Not always the case, but obviously the consistency, we're going to do these a lot. Let's extend that right arm out. Thumb leads the way. 1 more big circle. So let's start driving it up. Bicep passes by the ear. Once you max it out, start to turn it in. Turn it in, turn it in. Get over my head. Good. Keep turning so you can see that rotation there. Maxed out our internal. Reverse it. Thumb leads the way coming up. Get up and over, up and over, up and over. Come on down. And rest. Good. All right. Right side is done. We've got the left side next. We're gonna do 2 rotations on the left side. So let's set up again. I'll work with Nicole on this one. So let's everyone extend your left arm out, thumbs up, and begin. 2 rotations. Big rotation up. Start to rotate from that shoulder. So we're internally rotating here. Max that out. Back of the hand by the hip and reverse. Up. Once you can't go any further, start to turn. Get up over my head. Good. And down. Again, we're doing 2 of these to start. Second rep. And go. Big pattern up. As best you can. Nicole's got some tight shoulders, so we're working through her range. Good. Thumb leads. Rotate around. Get up over my head. Good. And come on back. All right, guys. Grab your pipes. We've got our 5 pails to lift offs. Remember, you're going to walk it up. Don't lose that shoulders. Keep them square to the floor. 3 of them. Ready? And let's begin. Drive into the floor at just 10% to start. Good. Don't let me lift this off. 20, 30, 40, and 50% push down. Good. Don't let me move it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it off. Get it up. Hold. Nice. Keep it light. Keep it off the ground if you can. As light as you can for 3, 2, 1. Relax for a moment. We've got 2 more to go. All right, ready? Breath of air. And begin. Drive down into the pipe. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse that contraction. Try to lift the pipe off the ground as best you can. Get it light. Lift up. Everything back here is working. Get it working. Good. Keep lifting for 3, 2, 1. Relax down. You've got 1 more to go. Ready? And begin. Drive down. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. Hold there. Good drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the contraction. Try to lift it off the ground. Don't let me pull it down. Don't let me pull it. Good. Fight there. Fight it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work. We're going to do 1 more rotation to save that work, guys, and then we move on to our last section of the day. So let's extend that left arm out. And begin your circle. Bicep passes by the ear. Keep the chest down as best you can. Rotate from the shoulder. All about the shoulder. Everything else is just coming along. Reverse it. Thumb up first. Once you can't go any further, try to turn it out, out, out. And bring it back down. Good. So we got a little shoulder focus there. We're going to finish up back on the hips. All right, gang. Last section for this workout. I had mentioned that we're going to go back to the hips. We are, but we're also getting the shoulders. So this is kind of a combo. It's kind of a quick little flow, but it's real effective at targeting the hips and the shoulders as well. So we're going to be in 3 base positions. We're going to move from a butterfly to a bear sit to a straddle, and we're going to do what's called an infinity hover at each position. So you can see everyone is set up in a butterfly position. If you've got any tightness in the hips, you can certainly prop yourself up onto a pillow, a pad, a foam roller, not a foam roller, a yoga block as well. You could try a foam roller, but you may not stay on there. Just to help keep a taller spine. I want you to try to stay tall. So when you move through these positions, if you feel yourself starting to round through that spine, remember the cue, try to proud chest, try to sit up as tall as you can. And like I said, a prop underneath will help with that. So we're all in our our butterfly position. We're gonna put 1 hand at the low back, 1 hand behind the head. Again, remember that tall, proud chest. So first thing I want everyone to do is drive your elbows back away from you. Try to pull your hands away from your body. Then 1 goes down, 1 goes up, and then big swim pattern, come all the way and just replace the hands behind the head, behind the low back. Let's go back. Elbows first, hands off the body, big swim pattern, all the way back. And then stay there. Now, from this position, let's move to bear. So I want you to lift left foot first, gang. Lift the left foot up, externally rotate, get the knee, foot pointed out. Lift the right foot up, knee, foot pointed out. Try to sit tall. Let's do our infinity hover rather. So elbows back, hands back, up, and start that big swim pattern. Replace the hands. Good, we'll wait for everybody so we're all together. Take a breath, and let's go back. Elbows back, hands off the body, and start that pattern. Good. Now let's hold there. From bear sit out to straddle. Left leg first. Try to lift that foot up, extend it out. Right foot up, extend it out. Check in with your posture. Try to sit as tall as you can. I know this is tough. Keep fighting. Elbows back, hands back, off the body, and big swim pattern. Good. Keep sitting tall. And let's bring it back. Elbows, hands, big swim pattern. So that's halfway. We're gonna go back, but we'll stay here. We're gonna do one more infinity hover. So elbows back, hands off the body, swim pattern through. Good. Elbows back, hands off the body, swim pattern through. Good. Hold there. We got to get back to bear. So left leg first, gang. Lift that leg up and just think about driving your knee behind you. Keep those toes pointed out. Right leg will be second. Lift it up. Drive those knees back. Toes are pointed out. Sit tall. Infinity hover from bear sit. Ready? Elbows back. Hands off the body. Extend the arms and swim through. Good. Let's get it back. Elbows back. Hands back. Extend the arms. Swim pattern back to the top. Good. Last one. Left leg first. Lift it up. Pull that left heel in as close to your groin as you can and then place it down. Complete the butterfly. Lift it up. Heel. Pull it in. Place it down. Check in with that posture one last time. Chest up. One more infinity hover to go. Elbows back. Hands off the body. Extend those elbows. Extend those arms. Good. Swim through. Hang here for a moment. Elbows back, hands back, arms out long, swim pattern through. Good. Bring the hands to the front of the body. One big breath. In, let it out. You guys are done. Great job.